Welcome everybody. It's Scott, the Digital Marketing MBA, and I actually might be taking on a new title. I'm thinking about calling myself Southern Ohio's Worst Marketer. The reason I say the worst marketer is I just keep giving away all the best information for free. I should be charging for it, so I must be pretty bad at this, at running a business. But anyhow, I thoroughly enjoy helping and blessing you guys. I hope this continues. So this will be continuation of helping businesses online marketing, local businesses. This one could actually even be used for Shopify or something national. I'm going to focus on the local aspect of it, and maybe I'll take it out a little bit further. But I got the idea because tonight we're coming up on Valentine's Day, about a week away, and or less. And I was kind of looking at things that were going on around town. The wife might be watching this, try to figure out what we might do. And I came across some different ads. Obviously, I can't help it. I go right to looking at the ads and dissecting them. So I'm going to talk about what I might do if I was a local business, any type of business, especially a restaurant, massage parlor, something that, almost always focuses on Valentine's Day heavily. But this could be applied in a wide variety of ways. So anyhow, I want to talk about that a little bit, and then I'll kind of pick one apart. Now, whenever I choose a location, I choose a business, um, it's not to pick on them. It's not to show them what they're doing wrong. I know you could come to my page, all you marketers, and you could find stuff and just shred it and tear it apart and say I'm doing wrong. And in fact, the very things I'm telling you you should do, I'm so busy working on clients that I don't do it for myself. And you could come over and shred it. And I can't see all the behind the scenes evidence and all of what they're doing. So I don't know 100%. So it's not in any means to criticize what somebody's doing or their work or their marketing team, nothing like that. It's just taking a different angle at it. Maybe it's something they're missing. Maybe it's something we can't see because it's behind the scenes. Anyhow, so I do it to help you guys, help local business owners, help e-commerce people, help people that are small business owners trying to grow it. That's why I do it, so that you could learn something, not to pick on them. But hey, if they watch it, then I get a double benefit, right? Maybe there's one or two things they actually can change or do or add to what they're doing, and be a blessing to them, enhance them. So I hope that's the case. And thirdly, the selfish motive is I just believe that one day they're going to, like this restaurant tonight might call me and say, dude, that was awesome. Come down with your wife, dinner's on the house, bottle of wine. I mean, that's the selfish motive. See, rather than charging, I'm wishing and hoping that somebody invites me to dinner and a bottle of wine. That's why I'm the worst marketer. Anyhow, let's get into this. So one of the first things that I would think about, especially in a local business, and some of it's going to be repetitive and basic, but it's important if you don't know it. We get back here and we're creating a campaign in business.facebook.com. And what we would want to do is kind of scroll down through our options, right? So we're going to start it tonight. We can set a budget of about $20 a day. I mean, we've only got 5-6 days till Valentine's Day, so we can go ahead and kind of $20 a day is going to be a $100 budget. You could go $5, you could go 10, whatever you want. I'm just going to leave it at 20. This is just make believe, hypothetical, right? But here's some of the big things. So I put in the address of a particular restaurant that I was looking at their ad. And we'll talk about their ad here in maybe a minute. Then I went out 20 miles. I don't think it's ridiculous to drive 20 miles to a very good restaurant, a romantic restaurant, a special occasion evening. Maybe if you want to Uber and drink that bottle of wine, you might want it to be a little closer, but we'll just say 20, because I believe people would be willing to do that, especially if you live, let's say, out here in Springfield or maybe in Eaton, or you live down in Middletown, Springboro, Miamisburg. You're willing to drive downtown. I know that for a fact. A lot of us do, because I'm in the area. So I just set it out at 20 miles. You can go in here and you can change it to 1 mile, 5 miles, 10 miles, 20 miles, 50 miles of the restaurant, whatever you want to do. You should know kind of your demographic as well, what age group typically eats at your restaurant. Now, Valentine's Day, I might go a little stronger, right? Everybody, even the 18-year-old has been washing dishes at the local restaurant, wants to impress his girl. He's willing to fork out the money. So you could leave this, 18 to 65, but if you want to narrow it down to your clientele, because you want to get them in there to try it and hopefully have them come back, not just on Valentine's Day. Either way, depending on how you want to approach it. You can go gung-ho, we're just trying to get as much money as we can for Valentine's Day, or we want to try to build long-term customers and relationships, whatever you're thinking about. Gender, okay, you could have it a gender neutral ad, if you will. Or if you're writing something like, fellas, did you forget? Or fellas, do you want to impress her? Then you could change this to men that you're running the ad to, right? Ladies, you take care of the food, let him focus on the jewelry. You could then change it to female, right? Depending on what your copy is aimed at. Now, here's the great thing. I can talk to you in a minute about doing dark posts. So where you could run different posts. So you could run one post to men, change the same ad, same offer, change the copy at the top, run another to women, change the copy, run it, whatever. You could change it up to various people that way without cluttering up your page with all these different posts, right? And I'll talk about that maybe towards the end, help you guys out. So you choose your gender, and then this is probably the biggest point that I want to make sure everybody knows exists and they can do it. You go targeting for Valentine's Day, relationship status. We can type that in there, okay? Now if we scroll down and we look at, disappeared on me. Relationship status. Now we can get unspecified. We don't want unspecified, but how about people that are, and we probably don't want to run ads with people that are single, right? On Valentine's Day. But how about married couples? So we can put the married couple in there, and then we could use the suggestions, or we can keep going back in and typing this just to see what we get come up. In fact, I can copy that so I can just keep pasting it. In a relationship, we probably would want that, right? For Valentine's Day, I paste it again, see what comes up. Ooh, engaged people, yeah. You get the idea. We can keep doing this over and over. Complicated. I mean, they're in a relationship, right? They might be fighting, or they might have a side dish, if you will, whatever you want. So open relationship is still a relationship. Maybe not divorced. You could do civil union, absolutely. You could do domestic partnership. You could change the copy just for the LGBTQ community on one of the ads, and one to women, and then one to men, and then etc. So people in a new relationship, you might want to avoid a long distance relationship. That wouldn't make sense, right? So we keep playing with this relationship status, civil union, relationship status, domestic partnership, and we just try to get as many of those in as we can. Complicated, open, and who does that hit? That long distance? No. So we can kind of leave it at that, right? Okay, so we got our relationships in here, and even with this budget, we're still looking at daily being able to reach 1.4 thousand to 3.9 thousand. And this, I said, is a engagement is what we were looking for. So, you know, we would get somewhere around 100, 200 post engagements off running this ad daily. But what kind of inspired this was I jumped over and I saw this ad for Roost Modern Italian, which is a great little restaurant in downtown Dayton. And I saw that they had this running. And I saw they had 25 likes and 4 shares and 1 comment on it. Nice little idea, especially during COVID, to offer a 3-course meal kit for the big day. I like where they're going with that. And then, of course, this is good to know if you ever want to spy on your competition or see what other people are doing. If you go to page transparency, click see all, and then you can go to the ad library. It will actually show you ads that they are currently running. So we know that they started running this ad on February 6th. And it's a paid ad, sponsored ad. So you may not have seen that over here. If we go back, where did we go? Yeah, here we go. So we don't see it here. Now, it could be a couple reasons. It's not populating here, or because the ad is a dark post and this is the original post. They could have did 2 separate ones. I'm not sure which they do. Now, if they've been running it from since the 6th, and this is the ad, and even if I ran a dark post, there's a way that you can put in the same content ID number, ad number, so that all the activity goes to the same post. Because what you want is social proof. You want to see hundreds of likes and shares and comments, or dozens, or more. But running 3 days, I would like to have seen more than 25 likes on that. Especially for something for Valentine's Day. Now, maybe they're only targeting the 4,000 people. That 7,000 people checked in here. That's awesome. That's a great sign of a really good restaurant. 4,000 follow the page. Maybe they're boosting the post only to people who follow the page, or people follow the page and friends of theirs. There's ways you can do that. I don't like boosting. I like going back in the business editor and running the ads from there. But that's one way you can go and look at your competitors' ads, or what other restaurants are doing in your same niche. Maybe an Italian restaurant they could look at in Indianapolis and Chicago and see what kind of ads and specials they're running for Valentine's Day, and put their own spin on it, right? One of the key things about dark posts, I want you guys to keep in mind. So let's say they're not running dark posts, and they only want to run this one, right? But what if they wanted to change the copy like I talked about earlier, and this one addresses the guys? Then they would have another post that looks just like it right here, addresses the girls, right? And then another addresses another group, and then another addresses another group, and that kind of clutters up the page, doesn't look really good. Plus, you want all the shares and likes and love and comments on one post, so it gives it the social proof, but you don't want to clutter up your page. So how do you do that? Well, you run dark post. And all a dark post is you're building the ad back in the Facebook Ads Manager 100%, and then you're running it. You're not putting it on your page. So you can build 3 or 4 or 5 different ad sets back here, and it not populate on your page, but it looks like it's coming from your page and a part of your page. Whoever sees it as they're scrolling through their timeline looks like it's coming from your page. So it's no different than it was if it was on your page. It just doesn't clutter it up. So let me give you a quick example. Okay, so here is an ad that I am currently running. And as you can see, that was posted on January 6th on the Channel Zero page, right? So if we come over here to the actual page, then you start scrolling down. This was the ad alone. I just pulled out the ad by itself, a link to the ad. But this is the actual page. If you go to my page right now, remember the date. So I've had one thing posted from February 3rd. Before that was December 1st. So there's no January 6th, right? So I could have 10 versions of this running right now, and they're not going to be on this page cluttering it up. So that's something else you can do, because you want to experiment with the ads too. So you spend $5 testing to the guys, same time you're running $5 testing to the girls, same time you're running $5 testing to Civil Union, same time, however you want to do it. And then if you find one that's popping off or doing better, you could test the images, you could test the copy, you could test the audience. Then you can shut the ones off that aren't performing, take the other $5, $10, $15 you had dispersed out among ads, drill them down into the one ad that is working. And last but not least, so we see this again, I like the idea of it. Learn more. We click on learn more. We jump over here and it immediately pops up. Check out special 3-course menu is ready for you. Order here. All right, so I had to stop and stretch out the viewing screen so you guys could see something real quick. When I come over to the website, when we hit the ad and we come to the website, this thing here is called a Facebook Pixel Helper, and it just lets us know how many pixels are installed on a site from Facebook. And this has no pixels found anywhere on the website, and I went through multiple pages of it. They also don't have anything as far as Google tags go. So what that tells me is they're not collecting any data on people that are visiting their website. They have no ability to retarget. Do you want to drive costs down of your marketing and advertising? You want to get more bang for the buck? Then you run ads to warm leads, people that have already shown interest in your restaurant, in your business, in your service. They've already shown interest. You kind of already got some information on them. If you can run ads to those people, they convert at a much cheaper and higher rate than cold traffic. In any sales, that's a given, right? That's a well-known common thing. So you want to make sure that you got a pixel on your restaurant website. You got Google tags on there, so that when you're running ads, whether it be on Google or Facebook or Instagram, that you can retarget people that have already been to your site, that have already shown interest in your site, or maybe follow your page and different stuff like that. To me, not having a Facebook pixel on here, and again, I'm not picking on them. I want you restaurant owners and small business owners to understand this. This is how serious it is. So let me say this as nicely as I can. To me, to spend money on a Facebook ad and not have a pixel on here is the same as spending money on a radio ad or a TV ad or a newspaper ad for your restaurant, a magazine ad, and then have people show up to your restaurant and there is no hostess there to greet them, no one to ask them how many, are they interested, here are the specials. There's not even a sign that says seat yourself. You just let them walk in, kind of look around, and walk out. That's what you're doing with your advertising budget when you don't have a pixel on there or a Google tag. So I highly recommend that you get that. So then what you do, people, man, we forget, right? We'll see the ad on Facebook. Oh, that'd be a great idea. Day or two later, we can't remember the restaurant name to even go back to find it, and we forgot to do it. But if you hit us with another ad that says, hey, did you forget me? Did you still want to do this? There's a few spots left. Hey, don't forget this offer. To people who've already seen it, it's going to be cheaper and more effective with a higher conversion rate. So that's what I challenge you guys to do. So I said all that to say you can target relationship statuses. That's what we spent 20 minutes talking about. I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that you could set the mileage outside of your business. You could target relationship status. And that you should be using a pixel and retargeting. And of course, you can do the dark post. But the highlight of this whole point was the relationship status for Valentine's Day. Now, if you run e-commerce or some other type of business that isn't brick and mortar or local, you can do it nationally. You can still run his and hers t-shirts from your store or whatever it is and run it to couples in a relationship, open relationship, married, engaged, and run different ads to all of them. We saw some in there even said engaged within 2 months engagement, congratulations on your engagement. Now it's time for you to get matching shirts, stuff like that. So again, hope that helps, hope that blesses, hope you learned something. Signing off, Southern Ohio's worst marketer, Scott the Digital Marketing MBA. Do me a favor, if you found this helpful at all, if you learned even one thing, would you comment and let me know what that one thing was? Would you give me the old thumbs up and a subscribe? That helps me in the algorithm for other small business owners, restaurant owners, e-commerce owners, and people who just need some help with marketing. Find my page and learn what I'm offering here for free. Greatly appreciate it.